think I'm live, folks. So if you're on here, tune in. I'm just going to see what the temperature is. I just outside and it is absolutely. Oh, there we go. That's why I couldn't see anything. So there's the temperature right there, okay? You see that? It's 5.8 degrees Celsius here right now. It is 6:35 p.m. Let's flip that around. Can I go that one? No, we'll go this way. Okay. There we go. So if you guys are in there, tune in and leave your comments. And if you want to talk palms, we will talk palms. Just get that out of there. There we are. Oh, that's weird. Okay, hang on. I got to spin that around. What is going on here? I'm showing you the room, but you're not seeing me. That's kind of weird. It's like reverse. Yeah, that's what's going on. Something's not right here. I'm seeing the dog. He needs to be spun around where you can look at yourself. There's like something to hit on there.
There you
right?
are. Are you live?
Yeah, but you want to see
Yes, you're
yourself.
live. I know. I'm not sure what you hit.
Yeah, something's not right.
Oh, there it is. That little camera in the corner
Yeah,
on
that's
the
what I was
left.
thinking. Okay.
There you go. Hit that.
Okay, there we are. That's what I must have. What is going on? Okay, guys, I see somebody watching in there. I see a couple of watchers. Okay, don't be shy. Come on in. There is GD Gardens is in there. Cool. Wendy says, well, why don't you go up and do a live stream? Okay, so I'm going to show you one of our weather stations here right now. So follow me. And who else is in there too? Oh, I missed that. Sorry. You did a live today, GD Gardens? Damn, I missed it. I was at work. Anyway, there's the temperature right there. It's 5.8 degrees Celsius. And it's clear out. It is clear here on Salt Spring Island. We've got a starry night. I'm going to go into my man cave so I don't bother Wendy. She's watching her favorite show. She watches Suits. And sometimes I pop down there occasionally to watch it, but it's not my favorite show. And I turn on this light here so you can see what's going on. And then I'm going to sit back in my chair and put my glasses on. And who's in there? Scott's Gardening Channel. Cool. You're competing with CNN. I saw something about CNN. Looks like my tooth is missing, but it's not. That's not a missing tooth, guys. I busted that tooth. Do you know the story behind that tooth right there? See that tooth right there? About a year or so ago. So it was September 2019, early September 2019. I was at the pig roast down the road at Hal's Saloon. And that tooth, I always had a crack in it. My other tooth, I always had a hairline crack in it. Because when I was a kid, when I lived on Lulu Island, so Lulu Island is Richmond. It's just an island south of Vancouver. And I was skating on a canal one winter. There was canals there. They were irrigation canals because it used to be all farms. And I remember hitting this bump or a chip in the ice. Might have been a little hole or a divot in the ice. And I went face planted onto the ice. That would have been when I was probably about 10 years old. So 1974, it cracked. I remember my teeth bleeding, busted my face open, and I cracked my tooth. So this tooth always had a crack in it. And every time I was at the dentist, he'd look at that tooth and he'd say, Joe, we can fix that for you. I says, nah, it's fine. It'll be good. Just leave it the way it is. Don't need to fix it. So last September of 2019, hi Jane, aloha, Merry Christmas, Camel Who Likes Coke. So anyway, I bid it. He was doing a roasted pig, and he says, Joe, do you want some of this pork rind, the pig rind, the skin, because it looks so good. This pig was an amazing barbecued pig, full of pineapples. He did it really cool, like Hawaiian style. Anyway, so I bit into that pig rind, and as I chewed on it, I pulled on it with my tooth, and then after I bit into that pig rind, I took my tongue, and I go, you know what? Something kind of feels funny here. And then I smiled, and a girl standing in front of me says, hey, Joe, what happened to your tooth? I says, oh, no way. Like half my tooth was broken off. It broke my tooth off. So I wasn't even going to get it fixed. But we were leaving for Maui beginning of November that year. And Wendy says, no, you got to get that thing fixed before we go. Otherwise, you could have problems there. You could have a toothache. So anyway, I went to the dentist, and he says, yeah, okay, well, we can put a crown on it for you. Want porcelain, silver, or gold? And I said, let's go for the gold. So that's white gold right there. No broken tooth. I've had broken ribs in a fight though, but no broken tooth. Anyway, I've knocked somebody's teeth out in a fight though. Gold, yeah, that's white gold. That tooth was that was an expensive tooth, man. What was it? 1400. It was 1400 and something bucks. And you know the problem is, like I do get covered with dental, and I thought the whole thing would be covered, but then I still got a bill for like 700 bucks. So that tooth cost me 700 bucks, even though the full price would have been 1400 and something bucks. So if I'm walking down a dark back alley at night and I don't have any money on me, they could rob me for my tooth. So, but he said gold will last a long time. I mean, it's going to last me forever, right? So I kind of like it. I should get a whole bunch of them out there, right? Do a whole bunch of them in gold. Why not? But I didn't mind it broken either, you know. But Wendy says, hey, it's not going to be a good thing if it starts aching. But anyway, I was going to say, Wendy made an awesome dinner tonight. She made steak. It looks fashionable. It feels good. It's amazing. So they do all these molds of your teeth, right? They do all these molds of your teeth. Is the dog trying to get in here? I think the dog's trying to get in here. No, thought I heard the dog scratching the man cave door. So they do all these molds of your teeth when you get this gold tooth, right? Do these impressions and stuff. And that was, I think that was in October. And anyway, it was beginning of November. It was just days before I left for Maui. They came and they put it in. I went to the dentist office, and he comes up to me when I'm sitting in the chair, and it was like a jewelry box. And he opens it up, and there's the tooth. And it's weird because the other tooth that was broken, they grind it down to a point, and then they push it on with some sort of glue or something. So I just got to watch when I'm chewing on really hard things. So I'm not going to be chewing on any pig rind anytime soon. But he did do a pig barbecue this year too, and it was just absolutely awesome. Really good. So hope you guys are having good weather out there. We actually have a sunny day here today. It's beautiful. And, you know, the weather has been really lousy. It's been really, really wet. We are in the wet season here in the North Pacific. It's been mild and wet, but today was sunny. It was actually so nice. I actually went out and lined the soccer fields today. First, took a chainsaw and cut a willow tree up. A big willow tree fell beside one of our trails near town, and it fell onto private property. So because the root system and the tree is on our property, we had to cut it up. 43 here. It's 5.8 degrees Celsius. So GD Gardens, you can figure that out. It's probably pretty close to the same. I think it's probably about 42 here. Something like polar vortex is going to cause our first snow this Friday. Oh, you're going to get polar vortex, eh? Oh, I hope it doesn't get really cold. You know what? Snow's not that bad, Camel. It's really cold weather that's bad. So we don't get polar vortex here. We don't get those things here on the West Coast. We can get the Alaska blaster. We call it the Alaska blaster here. When Alaska opens her doors, you can replant willow using, yes. And you know what else, Jane? You can use willow to root other things. So if you have a pot of water, a bucket of water, and you put a bunch of willow branches in it, you can put other things in there, and sometimes they will root easier because it's got this natural rooting hormone in it. And I got some Salix contorta rooted out. Pretty cold, 28 frost for the next week. So not too bad. Hey, that's not that cold. But if you live south, that would be cold to you. Here, I don't consider that's still a zone 9 winter for sure. So not too bad, Camel. But if you have any tender annuals and stuff like that, yeah, they're going to be frosted for sure. Everything's still blooming here. I mean, there's still annuals and stuff blooming here. It has not been cold. The banana leaves are still green. I was down Mid Island today. Well, kind of North Mid Island. How cold can figs get? They can take way cold. They could probably take minus 15 degrees Celsius down to near 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Anyway, they're very, very hardy if you have the right ones. Desert King is one of the best ones for this area. Very hardy. We grow Cadota, Desert King, Brown Turkey, Blackjack, daffodils are just sprouting here. Well, that's okay. They're coming up, man, and that's the main thing. They are blooming here in certain areas of the island. Not all over the island, GD Gardens, but certain areas of the island. Our daffodils are coming up. They're not blooming at this end yet, but in the mildest growing areas on Salt Spring, the daffodils are blooming. And I shot a video and I just posted it on Banana JSSI, and then I uploaded a few videos on Jungle Joe C, but I wasn't planning on doing this, but I am now. If you combine Schefflera, Jane, we have Schefflera taiwaniana. It's a really nice plant. And then there's a big one in a garden here that's been there for years. Yeah, one place I'd like to travel to is Vietnam. I'd like to see Taiwan. I'd like to see Vietnam. And Vietnam's been on our bucket list. And, with all what's going on in the world right now, I don't know what it's going to be like to travel to Maui at the end of this year. I mean, right now there's a 10-day quarantine. What's your favorite type of conifer? Uh, Ericaria, I think. Ericaria. Monkey puzzle tree. That's one of my favorite conifers. It's always been since I was a little kid, even before palm trees. I was always pointing out monkey trees before I even knew about palm trees. Like I'm talking back in the 1960s when I was a little kid. I got a degree in jewelry making with able to go into. Oh, cool. That's awesome, the Toby Josh. Well, a jeweler, I think basically is a jeweler to make this tooth. And the tooth is exactly the same as the other one. It just matches right up it perfectly. It's just crazy. But what I noticed when I put my Billy Bob teeth in, they don't quite fit anymore. You see? I got these silly teeth sometimes to freak people out, But what do you think of those? Dentist's worst nightmare. Here's my other set of them too. Wendy hates when I wear these things. It's the worst thing when she wakes up in the morning and I got these really ugly teeth in there like that. What do you think? You like those? Huh? I love those teeth, man. Those are great. I actually bought those at Walmart years ago in the Halloween section. Gotta have those. Gotta have those teeth. The same process used in rings. And that's really cool, Toby Josh. Joe, sporting the Viking look. The Viking look. I need more gold teeth, but can't afford them. That's the only one I'm going to get right there. So anyway, thanks for joining the live stream. I didn't know. I said to Wendy, I don't know who's going to be on here tonight. It is pretty late. Life is incomplete without Billy Bob. Remember Buck Teeth? Remember Tom Green? I don't know if you guys have ever seen Tom Green. Canadian, he's a Canadian comedian. He had a show called The Tom Green Show. And he was Billy Bob. But these used to fit better. They don't fit really good anymore with that new tooth. So what I'm going to have to do is, they got an imprint in them. They come with this gooey stuff and you heat it up and then you stick your teeth in there and they got an imprint. But the imprint's a little bit different now that I got this gold teeth. But I miss wearing my Billy Bob teeth. I think really good just to annoy Wendy sometimes. Anyway, the dinner she made tonight was awesome. So she made nice, beautiful prime rib steak, local prawns, and Caesar salad. I call it a Caesar salad, and mashed potatoes. And then she had cranberries on the side in a separate dish with blueberries in them. Oh, I don't know if you guys like steak, but man, that steak was like you cut it with a fork. It was good. She cooks a good steak. She used to work at a steakhouse years ago, Mr. Mike's Charbroiled Steak Burgers and Steakhouse years ago, back when she was younger. And she cooks a really good steak, but those were really yummy. It was a yummy dinner. I hope you guys had a yummy dinner too. So hopefully you guys don't get any cold weather this winter. Hopefully it stays pretty moderate. This year, like I say, it's been wet so far, but winter's just at the beginning here. And I was keeping the back of my mind that it can still get really cold. We can get hammered with cold. Cooking is fun. It is. I'm not a great cook, but I do like to cook sometimes too. I'm really good at cooking pasta. You know what I mean? So anyway, like I said, I like keeping the back of my mind that yes, we are here in Canada and we can get cold weather at times, And, well, if it doesn't fall below 20, I'm happy. My Washingtonia is slow. It'll pick up. Don't worry, man. GD Gardens, with your heat, it will pick up in the spring or even before spring because you guys are bound to get the heat long before we get the heat. You know what I mean? Our heat doesn't come until we start getting heat in May, something like that. So, but the real heat comes for us up this way through the summer months. It's just dry and warm. And I mean, you guys are going to get lots of 90-degree days and lots of humidity. And we don't get the 90-degree. It's rare that we get a 90-degree day here on at this end of the island. There's other areas of the island that are going to get 90-degree days, but at this end of the island, not going to get the 90-degree days. It's like I say, far and few between that you get one. Can you see the shelving behind me, right? So we got her. It's nice. I'm using Wendy's little iPhone here, right? Because this is her channel, but you can see all my junk behind me, all my cluster of junk. You see, we'll do the full 360 here of the man cave, and you can see all the stuff here in the room. All the junk that I got to downsize. So spring has temperate, not too hot. Yeah, it's exactly. It's Camel, it's not extreme. There's no extremes here, okay? So it's kind of like this. It doesn't go this and it doesn't go this. And when it gets cold, it's kind of like this and then it comes back up. So you never get really big swings. So if it gets really cold, say we get down to 20, then is there morning dew in the L's during the dry summer? No, no. It's dry here in the summertime. It's like it's rare that you see dew in the summer months here. Like humidity's really low here in the summer months. So no, but at this time of the year, you see the rain, and we don't have the rain. You have the dew. It was weird. It was really sunny here on the north end of Salt Spring today. Just absolutely beautiful. People out walking. The track was busy where I work at the park. I was outlining the soccer fields, and then I got down to the south, and all of those ferns must be very drought. Yeah, they are. They're very all the native ferns we have here, Toby Josh, super drought tolerant. The western sword ferns are amazing, and they stay green all the time. I hate when the temps go down up like 30. Yeah, no, we don't do that here. This time of year is dew in this time of the year. Dew in Honolulu. Oh, that's okay, man. I'll take the dew in Honolulu, Jane. Oh, I'm dreaming of Hawaii. Polystichum, munitum. Hey, Sandor's in there. Cool. Good to see you in there. Hey, let us know when that Bigfoot thing arrives. Wendy shipped you off a Bigfoot, an original Bigfoot. I need some of those. Yeah. Spores. They're western red. I mean, our forests are full of them here. Western sword ferns. They're quite big. Some of them actually get a bit of a trunk on them. Yeah, Sandor, let us know when when that thing arrives. The the drawing that she did of Bigfoot, which is pretty cool. I thought it was a really cool drawing. Have you ever experienced midnight sun polar? Once, not in this area, but once on the mainland. My plantain banana is growing. Cool, GD Gardens, love it. I've done the midnight sun. Are you talking about the northern lights? I mean, it's we're too far south of a latitude to get anything. I let you know. Thanks, Sandor. You got to remember, we're not that far from Seattle. In Hawaii, there's a sword fern called kupu kupu. Kopu kupu. Oh, I like that name. Cool. You can actually see the lights of Seattle from our island on the south end of the mountains. On the south, when you sun stays up. No. Never here. Never here. We're not that far north. We're 48 degrees north latitude. We're, like I say, we're not that much farther north than Seattle. And we can actually see the lights of Seattle from our island. You can also see Mount Rainier southeast of Seattle from our island too. So, no, that's way far north, Camel. Like way far north. That'd probably be like, I'm guessing 1,000 miles or so, more than 1,000 miles north of here. Maybe it would be like that, I guess, up in the Yukon. And it'd be in the Yukon and Northwest Territories and Alaska, but nothing down here. We're too far, way too far south, our latitude. Vancouver is 49 degrees north latitude, and we are 48 degrees north latitude here on the southern Gulf Islands. And I did shoot a video today, and I put it on Jungle Joe C because there's a young fella, he's a good kid, but he doesn't know much about our islands. And his comment was, I wouldn't move to the Gulf Islands or Victoria because he likes mountains. And well, he obviously doesn't know anything about here because it is all mountains. Midnight sun is a black. Yeah, I've been to Alaska, Toby Joss, but I've only been to the Panhandle, all the way up to Skagway, and so Juneau, Ketchikan, or is it Ketchikan, Juneau, then Skagway, and I've been in between. I've been to Hoona, and I've been to Icy Strait, some of those places there too. I love Alaska, and I really want to go to Alaska again. Koopa fern is drought tolerant and can grow. Hey, how hardy is it, Jane? There's a slightly mild place that are in the subarctics. There's slightly mild. I wonder. Well, yeah, actually, coastal Alaska is, Camel. If you go to coastal Alaska, it's pretty mild there. You know, I was the rhododendrons I saw up in coastal Alaska were absolutely amazing. Huge rhododendrons, Ketchikan, and a lot of the vegetation there really looked like southern British Columbia coastal vegetation. There was Devil's Club, there was sword ferns, salmon berries. I think I saw salal. I mean, our forests are virtually evergreen here, even underneath. The understory plants are green when you walk through. So we have salal, Oregon grape, Oregon box, and sword ferns. Lofton is milder. Most of the Norway is technically in the Arctic. Yeah, southern Norway is very mild. They actually grow palm trees in southern Norway. I think maybe the Gulf Stream or something maybe moderates that climate or regulates it. There's huge monkey puzzle trees, Alsand, in that area, southern Norway. I have a friend that lives in Norway. He moved there from California years ago. I think he's been there probably 25, maybe 30 years now. But it's a beautiful place. It's in northern Norway. Cool. It's an archipelago. Sweet. Just like we are. We're the same archipelago as Washington State, San Juan Islands. If you think about it, if you look at a map here of the Southern Gulf Islands and you look at Washington State, all the islands, it's all just an imaginary line that separates us. It's all, we can see into the Washington State, San Juan Islands from here, from higher points of Salt Spring Island, right? So it's the same archipelago. There's the Southern Gulf Islands in Canada, and then it's the San Juan Islands in Washington. But it's all in the same waters, and it's all kind of the same island chain. And lots of islands here. And then if you go north of us, so many islands. There's just hundreds and hundreds of islands all the way up the BC coast. And the really northern ones are Haida Gwaii, off the coast of Prince Rupert, just before you get to Alaska. And it's mild up there too. It's mild enough to grow palms up there, put it that way. Let's just see. I don't want to do that. Here we go. Oh, that's a pain. Okay. I need a selfie stick or something to hold this. It gets really annoying holding this thing up. I'm holding the camera up with my left hand. So how's the weather in Honolulu, Jane? I'm guessing it's probably about 80 degrees. Oh, no, not tonight. Oh, yeah. Well, just a minute. You guys, it's 5 o'clock there. It's probably still 75, 80 degrees, I bet. Yeah, it's about 42 degrees here. Something like that on Salt Spring Island. And the current time is 7 p.m. Pacific time here. So not too bad. I'm going to show you my Hawaii shelf. Where's my Hawaii shelf? Here's the Hawaii shelf here, right? We got the American flag in there. And we got lots of Hawaii things on the shelf. There's a hula girl in there. And there's a Hawaii plate right there. And just a whole bunch of Hawaii things. Because I like Hawaii so much, you know. And I am really looking forward to going back if I can. If not, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm ready to get back to Hawaii soon. And can be found in places in the world. Kukupu. So I'm curious, Jane. I wonder how hardy that fern is. I remember watching that Banana Joe toy. That was this one here, Banana Joe toy right here. There's Banana Joe. There's a Banana Joe toy right there. Crazy, eh? And it does say Banana Joe on it right there. It is actually a Banana Joe toy, but not named after this Banana Joe. I think it was a cartoon or something, wasn't it? See? Isn't that crazy? Those were giveaways at McDonald's. I think if you bought something, you got something for there. Like, this is actually my Banana Joe shelf, okay? So most everything in here people have given me. All these Banana Joe things. So swizzle sticks with bananas on them. Fondue pot with bananas on it. Somebody bought me this rock. Has a banana painted on it. And yeah, it's crazy. There's you ever see these before? Banana Joe chips. So these are things that people have given me. People send me things. And they just go on my Banana Joe shelf. Who's in there now? Let me just grab my glasses here. My eyes are crappy. Those are actually prescription glasses, so I can actually see what's going on. Now I can actually see the screen. Okay, so anyway, thanks for coming in there, everybody. I do appreciate it. It's kind of nice and cozy in this man cave. If it was nice outside, I would be doing a live stream outside. This Saturday, I'm going to be away doing a course over on the Big Island. It's an all-day course. I got to leave here. I think I'm on the 6 o'clock ferry, and I'm not back till, I think the course goes till 5. It starts at like 7 in the morning, and it goes till 5 in the early evening. And then, yeah, the test is just before I leave. So anyway, it's going to be an intense course. So anyway, so Saturday, definitely, I don't think I'll be live streaming unless I do one at night. We'll see how tired I am. 6 o'clock ferry. Yeah, 6 a.m. ferry. I'll be out of here early Saturday morning. 6 a.m. ferry to the Big Island. It's we were over there a couple weeks ago. It's only 20-minute ferry ride. It's just around the corner from our place. We have 3 ferry terminals on Salt Springs. So very south end of the island, you can go to Victoria. Just around the corner from us. It's about an 8-minute drive, 10-minute drive to the ferry. It goes to Crofton on Vancouver Island. And then on the east side of the island, there's Long Harbor that goes to Tsawwassen, south of Vancouver. And Tsawwassen, like I said before to you guys, is a very palmy town. First town to get off on the ferry is Tsawwassen, and then you drive about I guess a half hour to Vancouver north, and then of course there's more palms, but there's lots of palms in Tsawwassen. The streets are lined, so I always kind of make that detour to the right. Tsawwassen's to the right, and then you can get into Point Roberts. There's a little chunk of United States actually attached to Tsawwassen. It's this really strange area. Big Island, Hawaii. Yeah, Vancouver. We call Vancouver Island here the Big Island because Vancouver Island is big. I'm guessing Vancouver Island is as big as the Big Island of Hawaii. Okay, you guys can do the math on this or Google it. Which is bigger? Look at size in square kilometers or square miles. The Big I, Point Roberts, yeah. Point Roberts is in the US, but you can only get to it through Canada. It's really bizarre. It's a tiny little chunk of land attached to Canada, and it's totally separated from the rest of the US. Yeah, look at the square miles of the Big Island of Hawaii, and then compare it with the square miles of Vancouver Island in Canada, because Vancouver Island is really big. It's like it's like comparing British Columbia to Texas. Texas is a big state, but British Columbia is so big it's 2.5 times bigger than Texas. People don't realize that. Texas is huge, but I think Alaska might be bigger than Texas too, right? Build a bridge. No. Washington State. I don't think they can. It's too far. I think it might be Vancouver is bigger. Oh, is Vancouver Island bigger, Jane? Okay, cool. Yeah, I wouldn't want a bridge here. No bridge here. If they, I don't think they could make a bridge here. It's pretty far. It's pretty far. I mean, I guess maybe they could. I don't know. If they ever built a bridge here, I will move away from the islands because I like living on an island, and that would just totally ruin Salt Spring Island. Because I think what would happen, I think crime rate would go up, and it'd just become a lot busier place. It become like this suburb of a city, and we're not a suburb of anything. We're not even in a municipality. We are an unincorporated island, and really, I mean, there's not really a lot of rules here. That's what I like on Salt Spring Island. There's not really a lot of rules. On Salt Spring Island, you can park anywhere you want. You can basically camp anywhere you want. And hey, Palms USA, how's it going? You can do anything you want here, and nobody really says anything. That's what I like. I mean, it's really nice. I mean, sometimes that's maybe not a good thing, but it's and there's yeah, like I say, it's completely different than being in a city or in a municipality. So we are unincorporated Salt Spring. So which means we have no traffic lights. Those are oh, I saw what's going on in Washington. 3 times the size of Hawaii. Okay, thanks, Sandor, for telling me that. So yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in Washington right now. Like I turned on the news today and I listened to my rock station from Bellingham, Washington, 92.9 KISW. You can make a lot of noise with your. I can make as much noise as I want. I can cut trees down. I can have burn piles. I can do whatever I want here. I have no, my Harley Davidson is so loud I can rip up and down the road and nobody says a thing. Anyway, so I listened to the news today, and I see there's a lot of turmoil going on in Washington D.C. Looking at Google Map, it may be possible to build a bridge between Vancouver. Yes, it will. It is, Jane. Absolutely. It's totally easy to build a bridge between. There's very narrow points. Don't mean to get political, but the U.S. Capitol building. I saw. Oh, I didn't see. I heard that, Palms USA. Like, that is actually really disturbing. It really is. Like, they've broken windows. I heard somebody actually got, you know what I mean? I heard somebody got blasted and might have passed away, which is quite sad. And these are extremists, these people. They are extremists. It's kind of sickening. And I mean, the whole world's watching. And I know Joe Biden got on there and said something about it. Somebody did, eh? That's sad. You know, like, what for? Oh, well, hopefully it all ends and then it ends in peace because that's not very nice what's going on. It's so weird living on this island. It seems like basically we're a million miles away from everything. It really does. Even though our island is about, I think we're 23 miles or something, 24 miles from Tsawwassen out into the ocean. It just seems like we're so much farther than that. Very sad. Center of, I know, it's crazy. And I don't really follow politics. I'm not a political type guy. I just hear what's going on in the news. I don't know much about it. You know, I'm glad. Yeah, it's, well, hopefully it ends on a good note, I hope. I mean, it's too bad that somebody already got nailed, and they've busted some windows, and I heard there's hundreds of people protesting there, right? And well, anyway, I haven't watched it on TV. I just heard it on the news channel. Sometimes I listen to a news channel in my parks truck when I'm driving around going to different work sites. So, but mostly I listen to rock and roll music. That's what I like to. And Brad and John, I listen to KISM 92.9 FM. It's a good station if you like classic rock. You could get it on the internet. They have a Facebook page, Brad and John, and it's awesome. My uncle is protesting. No way. Well, hopefully he comes back alive. Holy cow. Well, here in Salt Spring, we don't have any buildings to protest. We don't have any capitals. We don't have any mayor. We don't have any council. We don't have any of that here on Salt Spring Island. There's none of that here on Salt Spring Island. It's put it this way, no cap. If there's a bridge between your island, you could take a road trip. Oh yeah, easily, Jane. Well, we take the ferry over. I mean, we go over. My wife goes to Victoria every 6 weeks to get the dog groomed to go to Costco. All the senator evacuated, and it. Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, the ferry's not bad. So, Jane, the ferry is free to get off of our island to Vancouver Island, but it does cost to come back. So it's about $40. I think it's about $40 or something to come back to Salt Spring Island from Crofton. So I usually go to Vesuvius Ferry Terminal. It goes over to Crofton on Vancouver Island, and you can either drive up island or you can drive to Victoria. Victoria from there is probably about a 45-minute drive. 40, maybe 45 minutes. How long is the ferry to the mainland? It can be up to 3 hours, Palms, USA. If it stops at all the other southern Gulf Islands, it's usually 3 hours, but direct sailing, if you're lucky, is an hour and a half. Untamed Salt Spring, neat place. Yeah, it is untamed here. It's raw and unedited like the videos, right? Yeah, so it's an hour and a half direct. It was a lady. Oh, no way. That's Sandor. Thanks for the news clip. Yeah, that's I didn't know who got nailed there, but it's I just heard on the radio that there was a death, unfortunately. How sad is that, eh? Isn't that awful? It's just like why I couldn't be bothered doing things like that, rioting or protesting. It's just not my thing. Yeah, not good at all. And well, we don't actually get, you know what, we only get Netflix here. So I actually watch the news on YouTube. We don't even have cable. Like there's cable on our island. It's just, we used to have cable years ago. I used to have satellite dish. I had satellite dishes for years. I just kind of got sick of it. So, and then we had Shaw cable, and now I just watch stuff on the internet. Yeah, that's a bummer, man. But yeah, so if you want to go to from the Salt Spring to the mainland, direct sailing's about an hour and a half. A lot of people fly too. Hawaii Tours is done. Hawaii Tours is done. No way, done? Finished? We have Salt Spring Island tours here. There's a guy that has a couple of maybe 3 vans, and he comes to our gallery when he's on the tour in the spring and summer when it's busy. Last year was quiet because of you know what, but he always stops by Gallery 59, and Wendy sells a lot of art out of her gallery. I mean, she sold some nice paintings last year, and she does ship them too. I mean, she shipped them to New York, Beverly Hills, California. She's shipped them all over the place. If you ever come to Salt Spring, visit her gallery. What island chain is? I think it's must be in the Pacific, South Pacific, right? I'm guessing. Really? We don't have any here. Thank God there's zero here on Salt Spring of that. I don't like to say the word because YouTube makes me fill out extra stuff for my channel when I mention that word. So you know what I'm talking about, what's going on in the world. You should do a Palm Your Joe. You should do a Palm Your Joe Palm tour, Polynesia Island. Missed it. Darn it, Sandor. Put back that message. It was nice the other day when I could walk around the garden with this phone. That's the nice thing when it's with a cell phone, you can actually walk around with it and show people what it's doing in your neck of the woods. And that's the nice thing about the internet. And by watching your videos and stuff, you should do a Palm Your Joe. You should do a Palm Your Joe. Palm Your Joe? A Palm Your Joe. I got to say that fast. Tour, palm tour. Yeah, I've done them over the years. Like I've had many garden tours here over the years. Like I'm talking a lot of garden tours here over the years, and Palm Society tours. I'm a Palm Society member, and I've been in the Palm Society for a long time. So I've had 3 Palm Society tours here, and the rest were just garden tours. And a lot of people show up for the garden tours. I mean, sometimes like 150 will show up. It's like throughout the day because there's other gardens on the tour. But I've had this one on the tour a lot of times. I live U blocks inland, but I can do some palms. You use Mrs. You use Mrs. Palmer. Mrs. Palmer. There's gravel trucking. Right on. Good to see you in there, man. On Wendy's channel. I'm doing this for Wendy. She's too shy to do live streams. So she says, Joe, can you do a live stream for me sometime? Yeah, I'll do a live stream. I mean, she's got to get in here and do a live stream. I mean, I'm not a shy person. I can get up and talk in front of anybody. I don't care. I'm just not shy. I like talking to people, right? And if you meet me in real life, I'll probably talk circles around you, and you'll say, "Hey, stop talking or stop interrupting while I'm talking," right? Because I talk a lot. Thanks for joining in, Palms USA. You guys make the live stream, not me. I'm just here babbling away. But I like seeing you guys in there. It's kind of like, you know what? Wendy is an interesting person. She is. She's a bit of a character. She is a good artist, though. She's an amazing artist, man. She can draw stuff. She brings her paints on the beach on Maui, and she paints and she sells paintings in Maui. Yeah, I like to talk. She did 2 paintings for a guy, drawings for this guy on Maui on the beach, and yeah, he got them from her. And when we're sitting right on the beach, she brings her artwork there, and she paints while we're there, and she does some amazing artwork. She's I mean, I can draw okay, but she's like this fantastic drawer. She can just like draw anything, but she's always done art. She's always been an artist, right? She had a gallery up from Ganges at her last place. She had Monterey B&B and Starry Night galleries, like a huge art gallery she had, but she sold that place, moved in with me, we bought my ex out, and then she's here, so she's got a little tiny art gallery here right now. What is the temperature? It's 5.8 degrees Celsius when I started this live stream, and the temperature is 7:15. So 5.8 degrees Celsius would be around 42. I guess it's around 42 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that, or close to 42 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that. Clear sky, crystal clear sky, which is nice because we have had so much rain. It's been terrible. Truckee carpets take heel. I don't know, but they'll definitely work here. I got some seeds coming. I got the guy messaged me last night. He asked me if I got my tequila. Is it too late? Are you streaming tomorrow? No. I don't know if I'm streaming tomorrow. I just started streaming a little while ago. I guess I've been streaming for about 38 minutes, Benjamin. But yeah, I might tomorrow. 77 and overcast. Yeah, it's fine by me. I'll take. I even if it got down to freezing tonight, which it's not, I could totally relate to that. If it means I'm going to get a sunny day tomorrow, because it has been so stinking wet here. Like it is the wet season on Salt Spring Island, and it has been so wet. Almost thunder. Oh wow! Right now? Are you kidding me? It's totally clear sky here, gravel trucking. It's crystal clear sky, and today was beautiful too. It was absolutely a gorgeous day. Yesterday, not so nice. I was out working in the. I've been working in the rain every day, and doing a lot of chainsaw work up in the bush, and because there's been a lot of trees down. We had that snow before Christmas. Several days before Christmas? I think it was the 21st, first day of winter. And gravel trucking, yeah, no, it's dry here and clear. Crazy. It's supposed to be sunny tomorrow too. Hey, did you guys get that wind up there? We didn't get any of that harsh wind here at all. Zero. We had nothing more than a slight breeze. It was crazy. So I don't know if the mountains deflected it or what, but it missed us. Thank goodness. But the one thing that kind of bummed me out, I was looking forward to making a YouTube video of a good windstorm because they said 70 to 90K winds gusting to 90. A man is cutting down last 3 of his. Oh, no way. That's crazy. Went 80. So you guys got the wind up there. Yeah. Because Wendy's mom up on the Sunshine Coast and her sister, same thing. They got a lot of wind up there, but it went right past us here on Salt Spring Island. It never panned out. And I was thinking, man, I had my camera ready. I was ready to do a good storm video because I like exciting weather. And it was not good at all, man. It bummed right out. Let's see something here. I want to see something. See it my weather radio. I got a weather radio. You see that?
Heure normale du Pacifique, le mardi.
So they say it in French. I bought this radio over 30 years ago. Anyway, it tells me the.
Est, un avertissement de vent émis
It'll tell the Southern Gulf Island forecast.
coast of British Columbia.
Sunshine Coast.
At 4 p.m. Wednesday, January 6th, for tonight, Thursday.
Sunshine Coast for you gravel trucking.
Forecast for Greater Victoria.
Oh, this is Victoria.
Tonight, partly cloudy, 30% chance of showers
Ah.
early this evening. Fog patches developing overnight. Low +4.
Low +4 for Victoria.
With 40% chance of drizzle
This is 24-hour radio, 365 days of the year, 24-hour weather radio.
in the afternoon. Fog patches dissipating.
It'll give the Southern Gulf Island forecast too, so bear with me, folks.
High 8 UV index 1 or low 4.
I love weather.
Increasing cloudiness. A few showers.
I'm a complete weather nut.
Winds east 30 kilometers per hour, becoming southeast 40 to 60 near midnight.
Really? Oh, that's a bummer. It's down.
With temperatures rising to 8 by morning.
Environment Canada, yeah, it is, Xandor.
Friday,
Yeah.
showers.
Hit the like button, folks.
For Friday night, clear.
You're listening to live weather here from Salt Spring Island.
Saturday, sunny. High
We have our own forecast here on Salt Spring Island, Southern Gulf Island forecast, so I'll let you listen to it in a minute when it comes on.
+5. For Sunday, cloudy with 30% chance of showers. High
There's the
8.
radio right there.
For Sunday night, cloudy
There's the antenna.
with 30% chance of showers. Low +3. For Monday, showers. High
See you, Southern Gulf Islands. Hang on.
9. Periods of rain.
Should say ours next, I think.
+4. For Tuesday, periods of rain. High 10.
I'm hearing a lot of rain.
For the period, low +1.
This could be ours.
7. Forecast for Southern Gulf Islands tonight.
This is us.
Partly cloudy. 30% chance of showers early this evening. Fog patches developing.
This is our forecast.
Low +5. For Thursday, mainly cloudy with 40%.
Oh, 40% chance of showers tomorrow.
And early in the afternoon. Clearing late in the afternoon. Fog patches dissipating in the
Our forecast is different than Vancouver and Victoria here. We have our own weather patterns here in the Gulf Islands.
for Thursday night. Increasing
Okay, take care, Palm USA. Thanks for coming in, man.
beginning after midnight.
I'm just going to listen to my forecast and then I'm going to turn that radio off.
Temperatures steady near 7. The extended
We don't get a lot of fog here.
Friday, showers. High
Friday shower.
Friday night, cloudy periods.
See you, Palms USA. Take care, man. Good to have you in there. Anytime, pop in.
And then clouds.
I'll do an hour live stream, I think, and then I'll
For Saturday
call it
night,
quits.
periods of rain.
It sounds like we're going to get some rain, man.
Sunday, cloudy with 60%.
Pretty cool, eh?
Chance of
Isn't that pretty wild? It's got actually an alert on it. So it's got a weather alert. If there's a weather warning, a siren will go off on that thing and it'll wake me up in the middle of the night. So that's why I turn it off now. It used to wake me up when I bought that thing. I think I bought that in 1989 or 90. I've had it a long time. And I used to have the weather alert set. So if there was a weather warning, it would like a siren would go off and just mess up my sleeps. But I had a lot of exotic plants out there, right? And it's like, it would let me know if there was a freeze coming, a bad freeze or whatever. And I would get up and check out the temperature. It's too low. Get mist here. Oh, you're lucky, Jane. I want to be in Hawaii right now. The siren scared me. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty loud siren. So anyway, I turned that off. It's like a bad alarm clock going off. Jane, I need to be in Hawaii now. I need to go to Leonard's Bakery and get me a Loco Moco, and then over to not Leonard's, Rainbow Drive-In, and then Leonard's Bakery for Malasada. Hey, Jane, do you ever go to the new International Marketplace, or is it just too fancy schmancy now? Like, we used to go to the old marketplace a lot down on Kuhio, between Kuhio and Kalakaua, but it's different now. I thought that was a Bigfoot call. Whoop, whoop. I think Bigfoot is more like whoop, whoop, something like that. Oh, I got to show you something. I wonder if I have it in here. I got to show Jane this. I don't know, Jane. I don't know how long Jane has lived on Salt Spring or on the island of Oahu, but there is a Maui coin. Pretty cool, eh? See that one? There's a Maui coin with a tiki on it. Maui dollar. But this is a really cool bus token, Jane. From Hawaii, from Honolulu. Here's a Hawaii bus token from 1952. I'm going to show you that. Can you see that? It's got a hula girl on it. That is a 1952 transit token from Hawaii, from the island of Oahu. Isn't that cool? You got to love that, huh? And I got a bunch of Hawaiian coins. I'll show you something else that's really cool here. I'll show you some Hawaiian money. Okay, so you see this here. What do you think of that? Can you see that? I don't know. Right there. Can you see that? Isn't that cool? Because Hawaii used to be a kingdom, right? And that's what their old currency used to look like that. And then I got a nice King Kalakaua 50-cent piece too. But anyway, I got a bunch of old Hawaii stamps as well from the 1800s. Put that back there with all my Hawaii junk. Well, Jane, you're fortunate to live in Hawaii because that is paradise there. And I know it's busy, but it's still nice. Yeah, I collect a bunch of old junk. That's the problem with me, Sandor. I collect too much stuff. And Wendy goes, well, you're like a hoarder. Well, all my stuff's kind of organized. I mean, it's organized, you know. So I don't know if I'm a hoarder. I just collect stuff. Kingdom of Hawaii will rise again. I wonder. They would like to if they could. They really would. And yeah, that's the problem, Sandor. If you ever visit here, you'll see how much stuff I have accumulated over the years. And I've accumulated a lot of things over the years, right? And I got these, thank God I have these wall unit, and I can put all the stuff on the wall unit and fill it up with all my junk. So I don't know what I'm going to do with all it one day. Maybe I should start selling it. I got a lot of records, and you can see, like I showed you the records before, my record collection. And I do have a turntable too, so I have a couple of turntables. So once in a while we listen to some records. I think CDs are a thing of the past now too, aren't they? These are people trying to make that happen. Yeah, Jane. I know there are a Free Hawaii movement. They've been around for a long time. The local Hawaiians. And they would love it if they were more independent, right? Isn't that the way it works? And yeah. Oh, cool. Then we get along good, Sandor. My dad was like that too. My old man used to collect a lot of stuff too. He's not with us anymore, but my old man used to collect a lot of stuff. Wendy's more good at chucking stuff out. So more minimalist. She's still got a lot of stuff though. So she's been selling a lot of stuff on the Salt Spring Exchange. Y&I is nice. Yeah, there's a thing here called the Salt Spring Exchange. It's kind of like Craigslist, but it's Salt Spring Exchange. You can get it on the internet. If you go to Salt Spring Exchange on the internet, you can see what people here sell on Salt Spring. So Wendy's usually got something for sale on the Salt Spring Exchange. Somebody came today. Kihei to Kona so fast. Yeah, we stay in Kihei. Kona's on the Big Island. Kihei's on the leeward side of Maui. American Pickers. Oh, American Pickers is awesome. Love that show. And then there was Canadian Pickers too. Love watching that show. And we also like to watch Pawn. You know, remember the Pawn Star show? And just some of the stuff that people come in there and try to sell or to these guys. And some of these things are worth tens of thousands. Some of them are 100,000. Some of them are $500,000. It's just crazy. Oh, wouldn't that be nice? I'm not so fortunate. I just got a bunch of stuff that's probably not worth a lot of money. And then there's my radios. I love my radios because I like to broadcast, right? Nobody on there right now. But when I talk to Hawaii or anywhere around the world, it's right there on those babies. And more radios underneath there. Hey, you want to see something really cool? See this? I got this from it's called Sons of Hawaii. I'm going to show you something cool here. And I went to the toy run one year in Hawaii, Wendy and I, a few years ago, and met some Hawaiian bikers, a bunch of Hawaiian bikers, and I got chatting with them. I get along with them really well. And one of the guys gave me this. See that? Can you see that? Isn't that cool? Sons of Hawaii, they were called. Motorcycle club. And there were Hell's Angels there as well. These guys kind of looked pretty badass like Hell's Angels, but they weren't Hell's Angels. But he gave me that bandana. So I just kind of cover up the radios with the Harley stuff in there. But yeah, nobody on the radio tonight. But when Hawaii does come in on the frequency, I talk to them on that radio. And I've talked to Hawaii dozens and dozens and dozens of times, but now it's pretty quiet, the band. But it's fun to broadcast on there. And I was using that long before the internet ever came around. So now that the internet's here, I don't talk on it quite as much, but I love talking on the radio. And it's a pretty good system, and it does put out a lot of power, this thing. So when I talk, when there's people out there, they can usually hear me, which is a good thing. This is the power supply here. That's a 52 amp, and this radio puts out a lot of power. And then I got some pretty killer units here that crank the power out. These amps right here. These are the amplifiers, right? And then there's other radios. And bought that one in 1978, and I still use it. Bought this thing about 44 years ago. That microphone in the 70s. Still use it. Still works good, man. The only thing I did was change the cord on it years ago. Probably 40 years ago, I put a different cord on it. So, and then I got another lollipop there. There's my other lollipop. That one's an amplified lollipop. That one's got lots of power. That lollipop there. So, yeah, it's fun. It is actually a fun hobby. And then I got more radios down there. And I got more out in the shed. See what I mean? I collect stuff. I collect too much stuff. Malibu coconut irrigation and humidifier. Well, I'm never going to try a coconut again because I've lost too many of them. Like I say, I used to bring them back from Hawaii. I used to buy them at Woolworth in Waikiki on Kalakaua. There used to be a Woolworth there, and they were about $6 or $6.99 to bring a bagged coconut back. How many kW are those amps? Half a kilowatt is the big one on the bottom. The high drive. This one's half a kilowatt, and this one here is 350 watts on the top. Those are Texas Star high drives. This radio puts out 125 to 150 watts. This one's peaked to. That radio puts out 150 watts. This one puts out 30 watts. This big bass, this RCI 2980. This is a RCI 2970 DX. This one here, this one's got all the channels in it too. This one's got tons. Freaks in this TRC 458. I got them in 1980. I took it in when I was 16 and I got it all tuned up. But I bought that one new when I was a kid. And it's awesome. Sideband too. They're all sideband FM, AM, and CW. So pretty much talk where you want to talk with those things. And I got some good antennas out there. I used to run beam antennas, but now I'm just running omnidirectionals. So, but I kind of miss talking to Hawaii. There's been no DX coming in from Hawaii lately. And when it does, I really enjoy it because often I can talk to the same guys over and over when the conditions are right. When I'm talking to guys in Maui or whatever. It's fun, and everything's up here in my man cave, Sandor. So, well, if you're over here one day, we'll show you, and hopefully there'll be some DX coming in, and we can talk on it. But that's what I did long before the internet and all this stuff. I was broadcasting on that thing, and I kind of grew up with that. And yeah, it's kind of like now the internet's kind of taken over, and so there's a lot less people on those radios and more people on these things on the internet doing this stuff, right? So, yeah, modern technology, right? It's crazy how times have changed since we were kids. It's just really wild, man. The modern age. It's very futuristic. 2021, man. Hard to believe, isn't it? Man, oh man. It's just, yeah, when I think about it, where has time gone? It's really weird to think about this day and age and what's going on in the world right now. Well, I hope it's better. I hope 2021 is going to be a lot better than 2020. It can't be any worse, right? It's got to be better. Somebody said to me today, yeah, Joe, I think it's going to be better. Well, I hope they're right. I really do. I want to be optimistic, and I really can't wait to go to Maui again. Right now, coconuts, but they don't let you bring in pineapple. Well, they wouldn't let me bring in a pineapple core, I'll tell you that. I didn't bring a pineapple. I had a pineapple core, and they took that away from me. They let me have everything else in my bag. I had a bag out of a float I found on the beach, an old bottle, this, that, and the other. They took away the pineapple core, and they took away my palm seeds. So that was kind of a bummer. Our kids remind us of yeah, exactly. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. And my kids are all grown up now. It's like, wow, my youngest one's going to be 21 in July. Trevor's going to be 21 in July. And my daughter, she's going to be 27. Then my oldest son, next month, he's turning 30. It's so weird when you think of your kids. You remember the day they were born, and now they're all grown up. Sneak the palm seeds. No, you know what I do, Bigfoot? I mail them back. That's the best way to do it, and I've done it before. So the best thing to do is mail them back, and that's the safest way to do it. And they'll get there before you even get there. So if you harvest some seeds right away, and you mail them right away. Like, so say your second day of vacation, you harvest a bunch of palm seeds, take them back to the hotel room, clean them up, blah, 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 put them in a bubble mailer. See, when I mail my palm seeds, I buy stacks of envelopes, right? So I use bubble mailers, these guys right here. I just mailed out some seeds today. I'm mailing seeds every week now, right? So you get one of these in Hawaii, and you collect the palm seeds you want, and you put in it palm seeds. You have to write the little declaration thing on it, whatever's enclosed in the package. Palm seeds, indoor use only, cleaned and washed. That's the trick. And indoor use is the key. And they'll get to Canada no problem. But shipping something to Hawaii like that, it ain't going to work. It's very tricky to get seeds into Hawaii. I think they have to be inspected really, really well because they don't want any bad invasive species or bugs or diseases getting into the Hawaiian Islands, right? That would be a disaster. And I mean, here, if you say, let's just see, I've done that to Florida. I shipped the seeds back. Yeah, there you go. See, that's smart. And I did that when I was on Oahu. Troy Bell snake there. No, there's no snakes in Hawaii. No snakes in Hawaii. I did that when I was in Oahu one time. I went to the post office. I mailed them all back. And so we get back to Salt Spring Island. That was in 2013, I think, or 2014. And the seeds were already, we stopped at the mailbox before we went home. Guess what? The seeds were already in the mail. It's like, hey, this is awesome. So mailing is probably the best way to do it. Bringing them back in your pockets, not a good idea because you can get in trouble or they will take them away. I didn't get in trouble. They just took them away. Are snakes illegal in Hawaii, Jane? Cool. I thought they were. I thought, hey, Jane, didn't they bring was it mongoose to kill snakes or rats? I'm curious. I got some good videos of mongoose, by the way, on, I think it's on my other channel, on Banana JSSI. I have some really good video of mongoose. I was at this ancient kind of burial site one time near Hana, and there was a bunch of mongoose digging holes and playing around, so I shot a video of these mongoose. But when we sit on the beach at McKenna on Little Beach, and I eat some fruit and stuff, and you throw the peels and stuff into the bush, or if you eat a chicken drumstick, because sometimes we bring some down in our cooler, I throw the remnants into the bush behind me, and then like they're probably, I'm talking like I only throw them about 6 or 8 feet away from us because we're sitting on the sand. And then the mongoose come down and they fight over these things like right behind us in the bush, in the low bushes there, right? Like there's acacia trees, and then there's this low scrubby bush, and there's mongoose right behind us. And they sound super vicious. Like they're just like and screeching and stuff. And I guess they're fighting over the food that I've thrown in there, right? But I'm sure they probably have sharp teeth like a weasel. And if you've never seen a mongoose, check them out. You can watch videos of them on YouTube. They don't have to be my videos, but there are videos of mongoose out there. I think they're kind of in the weasel family, something like that. Anyway, we've got a couple more minutes left of this YouTube live stream. Those aren't, oh, they're not acacias. What are they? They're not acacias? What are they, Jane? I thought they were acacia. They kind of got the ferny leaves on them like acacia when we're on Little Beach. What are they, Jane? Give me the dirt. What type of trees are they? They look, and they're kind of gnarly and twisted up, the trees, right? They're quite beautiful. And a lot of dead ones in there too, but it's very, very dry where they grow. I thought they were acacia like an imported species from, from Australia. That's what I thought. Is it koa I'm looking at? I don't think they're koa. Anyway, the mongoose like to hang out in there. That's for sure. 1 minute left, folks. Locust. No, they're not locusts. Oh, they're Lucania. Lucenia. Really? Is that right, eh? And those are the ones. Geez, I always thought they were acacia trees. Now I got to Google that. Thanks, Jane. Appreciate it. Gotta love having Jane around. And I appreciate, hey, Jane, those were good pictures you posted the other day. And actually, Tony Sorboni of Dallas, Texas, posted a couple of pictures from Coco Crater as well. And he posted a Jubea and a, take care, hey, take care, Sandor. You have a good one, buddy. Koa have ferny leaves when you, I'm sure, I gotta look at the videos of these. I thought they did have ferny leaves. Yeah, see you, Sandor. We'll see you next live stream. Thanks for joining in, man. And let me know when you get that Bigfoot photo, okay? let us know when you get the Bigfoot drawing that Wendy did, and she'll be happy to know that you got it safe. Thanks a lot for getting that. Ferny is a word. Yeah, I'm trying to think if they are. I thought they were kind of ferny, kind of soft and airy. Yeah, take care, Sandor. Have a good night and have a better day tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. Wow, I'm missing my holidays. My holidays went too fast. Now I'm already counting down to my next holidays. My next one will be in Tofino. I'm going to go to Tofino late winter, early spring. So stay tuned for a video from Tofino. Okay, Jane and Bigfoot and Palms USA's gone. Sanders gone. I'm going to back on out of here. I got to go get me a creamsicle. I'm ready for a popsicle now. And take care, you guys. Tofino, BC. Yeah, Tofino, BC Palms. Tofino on the west side of Vancouver Island, a surf town. Lots of surfing. Surf shops everywhere in Tofino. And beaches for miles, sandy beaches. All right, take care, you guys. Cheers from here in the Southern Gulf Islands. Stay safe out there. If you have snow, enjoy it. If you have rain, enjoy it. If you have sun, enjoy that too. Jane, aloha to you, my friend. And we will see you around. And thanks for posting on People Who Love Palm Trees. I enjoy your photos. They're awesome. You're a very knowledgeable lady. And one day we will meet, Jane. We will meet and we will take you for lunch. When we come to Oahu, we will take you for lunch. I just hope things open up normal the way they were back in the old days before all of this stuff came about. So take care, Jane. Stay safe. Bigfoot, Sandor, Palms, Camel, everybody else, and anybody else in there that's watching. Cheers and aloha to you, and have a great night. And we will see you next live stream. Thanks for joining in, guys. Bye for now.